Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. 3, 2, 1. Jose, welcome to the podcast, buddy.
Thank you, man. Thank you. How you
I
doing?
don't like I don't like using your nickname because it sounds weird to me, but go ahead and tell everybody what they say.
Uh, my nickname, Racket. Well, Racket. Yeah, it's a long story for us. When I was growing up, it's a little funny. But
We'll save that for later. For
yeah,
right now, though, you're fresh off your first international surf competition, and you're really going for it. You want to become Costa Rican world champion at SUP one day. So let's just jump straight into your episode. Introduce yourself and tell us where you just came from and what it was like.
well, like about 4 or 5 days ago, I was down in Panama for the Pan American Games. It was about, I don't know, 35 countries that were competing. Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay, all those guys. I got to go with the national team. I have to say thank you everybody who support me. Yourself, Nosara podcast, a lot of guys that helped me out getting there. It was a great experience for me.
What was it like traveling for the first time for a surf competition? Not just traveling to travel, but you had a purpose. Like you had to go do something new and scary and fun and exciting all at the same time. Like, what was that like?
I couldn't sleep for like 4 days, for like a whole week thinking about it. Like how it's going to be, who I was gonna meet there. My boards, everything. Getting there. It was a whole trip, but really worth it. I took off here from like 7 in the morning, and I landed to the spot around 1:30 a.m. or something like that.
Okay.
It was a whole trip.
What was the country like, being in a different spot, having to go surf at a new place you've never been before? Like, walk us through that a little bit.
It was interesting. I thought it was gonna be good because it was Central American area, and we were neighbors, and things like that.
Right.
The surf break is pretty mellow. It's actually looking like Hackle, like a Hackle wave. Not the same buildings and anything like that. Way chiller. The crowds were cool. Mostly the people who were surfing there were gonna be part of the event.
Okay.
So, but the vibe was like, okay, I'm surfing with competitors, and things like that. So it was go. Yeah, and then I land on Sunday. That Sunday morning was the how do you say, like this, the beginning of the contest. And then I compete on Monday. Was my first heat.
Okay. How were your nerves as you paddle out for your first heat?
Man, I had to open up for Costa Rica. I was the first one competing, so
Oh, wow.
the tension, the eyes were on me. A lot of people saw me, my family, my girlfriend. So I had a lot of, goodbyes, but also pressure on me, because I didn't want to I don't know, make them feel that I wasn't working good enough. But I mean, after that, it was epic. It was epic. I had to compete against a guy from Argentina and two other from Colombia, and they've been on the tour for a little while already.
Jeez. So you stepped in against some veterans. How do you feel about your performance for your first contest?
A lot to improve. I got there.
Like what specifically? Like what did you walk away with saying, okay, I'm going to work on this?
So there's probably three things I pick on, and one definitely it's more of paddle surfing. You guys, engage more my paddle. The judges were asking me for paddle leverage, so just using the paddle more often to get speed as well. Then probably improve some turns, like closer to the lip. I'm kind of drawing my turns way out, and then my mental health, like being calm, relaxed. It was my first event, so I was like my nerve.
Hey man, those are good things to know. You're not very old. I mean, you're 20 years old, right?
28.
So I'm kidding a little bit, but you have time. So if you look at it, it's your first contest. You're in your 20s. You just learned some valuable things that's going to help you get to the next one. Is the next contest going to be here in Costa Rica? Are you going international again?
Yeah. So I'm actually selected to go to Puerto Rico for the World Championship.
Are you going to go?
Well, yeah, definitely. Yes. We're working on it now with the National Federation, and the Paddle Federation too. So it seems like it's going to happen.
So that's this year too? This year?
That's this year. That's the 26th of October to the 6th of November.
That's a good month to go to Puerto Rico too, man. The weather stinks here and it's going to be good there. The swells will get going.
Yeah, and I've never been there. Everybody's saying it's beautiful.
Yeah, mini Hawaii from what I hear. I'm from Florida, so I heard about it all the time, but I went to Costa Rica instead. But back to your story, how does it feel to be a Tico from Ostional, riding an SUP, representing your country at this last contest, and now going to the World Championship as this opportunity? Like, how does it feel to be from tiny little Ostional? Like,
well, a lot of feelings. Can't even explain it. I guess I might have done something good in another life, that things like
that. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. So, but do you walk around home in Ostional and just like staring at, hey, I was just here over surfing, and now I'm going there over surfing. Like, do people understand? Do you carry the value, and do you think people perceive something special is happening for you, or are you the only person around there who really understands the magnitude of it?
No. I think everybody else understands whatever is happening. Myself, I'm kind of not believing it. It's like a dream.
Your dreams are coming true, man.
Everybody look at me, with that big smile and that big vibe, and they're like, it just make me feel, I don't know, honored. Like now I have actually, no, it's not a pressure, but I have a lot of on my back, like how I'm feeling and what I need to improve to myself, and also, be like, hey guys, thank you, because all your vibes and everything, this is happening, and I'm at this level now, But
you've had some good people in front of you to learn from too. Like, you got to work for Nosara Paddle Surf. You have Luz on SUP. Eric has, I think, won the championship twice. Oscar and Ramon would travel. So as you were coming up, you had some people who were kind of knocking the doors down, but it seems interesting now that you're having a career, you're now self-employed, and you're getting to travel, and you're pursuing this huge goal. It's really interesting to see how it's kind of steamrolled into this momentum. It's really cool, actually, man.
Yeah. I love it. All
right, so what are you going to do at the next contest for fun, or is it just all business? Like, is there anything that you want to do while you travel?
No, it's just about experience. First of all, it's about knowing good people, good surfers, improving my surfing. I think it's more of that. And then if I feel like I'm enjoying it, I think I will perform better, and will be another thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I still wanna have that mindset of I'm going to a world championship. So definitely, like, okay, the Costa Rican pura vida, maybe don't bring it in the water. Be a little more.
Be more Hawaiian for a minute. Or more Brazilian.
Definitely, those guys from Brazil beat us up at the competition.
Yeah, they're tough, man. Hey, you're going to Playa Negra to practice. There's a lot of Brazilians in Playa Negra right now, so you could practice your wave competition.
They don't really like SUPs over there, so we'll see how it goes.
Get tight at your jujitsu. That's my
I,
recommendation.
yeah, I think I'll be okay with it. So
Well, you have a paddle. At least you have a weapon. Now, all kidding aside, let's jump back to here. We talked about some of the role models you had in SUP, but let's talk about surfers around here. We've talked about this in the past, but between ourselves, but let's do it publicly so people can hear it. Take me through 2 or 3 of your favorite shortboarders to watch around here, because you shortboard too, and you try to shortboard your SUP. That's part of what was your challenge, right, at the contest. But
exactly.
you do like to shortboard. I've seen you do it many times. So I want to hear who are 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of your favorite shortboarders around here.
Many of them. But I think we talked about this the other day. And style-wise, I like Luigi Montiel, just
Of course.
flowy, bottom turn to he almost never lose that engagement, you know.
Yeah, hey, let's stay in style, because Luigi's probably king of style. I think a lot of us feel that way. His name comes up a lot when I ask this question. But let's stay on style for a minute, and then we'll go to power. We'll talk it through for a second. So stay on style.
Yeah, just style. And then who else? I like new and a new guy from my town too, Slater. You know,
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he actually got both, style and power.
Yeah, I was saving Slater for all arounder. Like, he's in my top all around, because if you think about it now, he actually has solid timing, power, style, commitment, and heavy surf. He's got cojones. He always has since he was a little boy. I remember when he was tiny.
Push him,
but yeah, he has
more.
style too. Keep going on style though. So for Luigi, Slater, yeah, both those guys have style. That's for sure. Who else?
Biver, fast.
He's in my air guy. And I think of Vibert, I think of him up in the air.
Yeah. Biver, who else? Milton is coming with some power too.
Up and comer, man. Oh my gosh. He's a solid all arounder too. But style, I want to jump in. I want to add Popo. Mad style. Helbing too. Popo and Helbing, they come to mind. They're quiet, like tough, kind of real strong, kind of. They seem they're actually really great guys, but when you see them, they look real serious, but then when they get on the wave, it's so fluid.
Yeah, Helbin too. Helbin,
yeah, that's really what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Helber, yeah.
All right, let's move over to power. Talk me through a couple power folks.
Power. Well, Milton, a lot of kick, yeah, a lot of power. We talked about Slater too, with smoothness and a lot of torque too.
How about Marcos? Oh, Chimino and Marcos, both those guys. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, exactly.
There's so many. There's so many. But keep going. Yeah, Chimino. There's if he gets a hold of a lip, man, that guy, golly, he can nail it. He's very strong surfer.
Kaler too.
Oh yeah, of course. So good. There's a lot of good surfers around here.
So many. I just trying to picture everybody, and there's so many people around.
I got to throw in Esteban, Luigi's old partner, on power. Like, I can see him loading up to try to hit it as hard as he can. I've always enjoyed watching his surfing, because he's going to throw his full tail at it. And you're about to say Nadav?
Nadav, yeah.
Oh God, he and his brother, they rip. Rip.
16.
Hey, an up and comer I think about on the power side, might catch you off guard. It's Romeo.
There you go.
He was just a little boy, and now he's a grown man. And I'm telling you, keep your eye on him. He'll charge you in the air. He'll go hard. I'm enjoying watching him come up.
Romeo. Who else I was gonna say? Oh, Helbin's boy too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and So
How about
he's
him how about him in a setting the bar? Oh my gosh.
ending it. I see her like 8-footers out here sometimes, and just ending it. Yeah, she's great. She's great.
We want her on the podcast. She's a little shy right now, but we hope that she'll come so people can learn from her. She is an inspiring story. Like more kids should hear about that. That's really cool what's happening with her, with you. Like there's some Nosara has some good stuff happening right now.
We were actually thinking about making a little association here, to like to try to do. I know all the things with Minai and do events and tournaments like that, but to kind of encourage more, to little kids to surf and pretty well, if they want to get video analysis and things like that, we could help with that too. There's a couple guys thinking about that.
Dude.
Yeah.
Hey, let me know. Let me know if that gets real. Like that's something I'd be interested in helping or supporting or creating awareness or whatever I needed to do.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That sounds really good. Like that's fantastic. Would it be open to everyone from all Ticos, Rigos, everybody?
Yeah, everybody.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's an idea.
So probably a good day.
Probably
you caught my attention with that one. That's smart. It's got so much momentum. Maybe it could get a little more solid base and help everyone with their careers and their trajectories.
That's the whole idea, because after I went to Panama and we didn't have the whole support, and things like that, it made me realize like there's so many people that are really good in surfing and and inspiring and they cannot do that because
exactly they got to get there. Also, this surfing's not something you do and make much money at. You got to go give lessons to make your money to pay for your trip to go surf in the contest. It's tough.
It's really tough. Yeah.
So talk us through that. What do you need as you try to achieve your goals? What are you looking for? Are you looking for sponsors? Are you looking for help? You're looking for good advice, or like what is it that you need?
What I'm looking for is just love what I do, keep loving what I do, and I love surfing and I love sharing with people. So my focus will be at the end of the journey be a high coach. Like on surfing, obviously. But now I just want to travel and get to know good surf plays, get to know pros, which I already did in Panama, learn from there, improve my surfing, come back to home, and share with everybody I know. And I think that's going to make me feel good inside, and then we can all grow, things like that.
Hey, keep talking to the judges too. Keep finding out those little things. Like, what do you guys want to see? I'll go do it.
What do you mean?
The judges at the contest. Keep talking to them and finding out what they're looking for, because next contest they're going to see you use your paddle a little more. They're going to see your placement of your turns, see that you're listening, and it could help with your scores.
Yeah, well, I think they need to know a little bit more about surfing in general, I think. Yeah.
Hey, don't say anything too mean on the podcast. They might hear it. I'm trying to stay on the good side of the judges. So
yeah.
Anyway, go back. So are you looking for clients from around here so that you can make enough money to pay for your stuff? Is there any message that you have for people? Because you teach lessons right now. You're a fantastic surfer and an experienced surf instructor.
Well, I really appreciate whoever helped me. All the people who helped me going to Panama, and I think I have good support. I have a friend from New Jersey. His name is Joey.
Shout out, Joey.
You guys helped me a lot. A guy from Canada, David, and then those guys, Ramon and Oscar. I know people don't like them really well, but if you get to know them, they're cool people.
Dude, I know them, and they are, and yeah, big time. Like I have a lot of respect for those men, a lot.
Yeah,
a lot. And also, they help on stuff, so I can give a shout out to them real quick. They help on stuff sometimes behind the scenes that no one knows about. Like sometimes when things get real, I've I haven't talked to them much lately, but I know them from the past, and I have their back, man. I'm a fan. I appreciate that.
Yeah, me too, man. So get to know him, then you'll change your mind. So
Yeah.
yeah, this athletic turf, all the training stuff. They're open the doors and be like, dude, come train with us, get better, get yourself better for the competition. And then
Nice.
I have a physiotherapeuta. She reached out to me and be like, hey, I wanna help you out with your back and soreness and stuff. Her name is Hennessy. She's from town too. I don't know if you know her.
That's awesome that she reached out to you. So let's give her a shout out. That's fantastic. Is there anyone else you want to give any thanks to, or have any messages for her?
Yeah, a lot of people. My family, my mom, my brothers, everybody. Like my whole family was looking at the contest that day. That made me feel really grateful.
Good.
Yeah, yeah.
Good. Hey, I'm going to ask you, what are your 3 favorite restaurants in Nosara? Walk us through real quick.
3 favorite restaurant. That's a good one. When I like El Basilico, fresh mariscos frescos. And then if you want a big steak, La Brasa.
Okay.
Always.
Okay.
For breakfast, go to Soda Rossis.
Lots of people do.
Yeah. So there are really many good restaurants in town, definitely.
There's too many to list, right? I think that's the toughest question on here. There's so many.
There's
so many.
El Local.
Yeah, shout out to El Local. I have a question for you. Tell me something nobody knows about Brian Briones.
Nobody knows Brian Briones.
Or very few people. You guys are very good friends, and he and I go back a long way. So I want to know something from some sort of secret inside information.
Well, I don't know. You can ask him too. Just childhood, things to do. We got out of the church and went to a hike to grab some fruits and stuff like that. We call them mamones, And then probably the owner, or I don't know, whoever was taking care of the area, try to kick us out with guns and stuff like that. So that's
you guys growing up in Ostional had a very interesting and special existence. And I know you both have jobs like in tourism now, and Nosara is changing and growing, but it seems like I think you grew up here during a really special time. It's before Nosara got popular, but it was just popular enough to have some opportunities so you could have a job like you currently have. So I think you had a good time to grow up here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What do you think about the future for Nosara? Like, do you think things are going up or things are going down? Like, what's your take on it as it grows?
It's a hard balance, it's like 50-50 with incoming people, more buildings, rats, pollution, stuff like that. But and then the whole town is gonna get benefit from jobs, new opportunities and things like that. I think if we can balance right, which is gonna be, it'll be different. It'll be a cool place, nice and with crowds, but always a good vibe. Hopefully not that dirty.
Let's hope not. I think this is a tough subject because a lot of people, a lot of us who've been here a long time, we didn't come here for the crowds or the big stuff. But then some people like me, I'm a complete hypocrite because I don't want the water to be too crowded, but I work in a job that literally brings people and helps them rent houses or buy properties and taking surf photos. So it's kind of a mixed thing, right? But I moved to Nosara when it wasn't popular at all. It was very hard to find somebody who would buy something. And now I'm laughing as I say that because now it's so popular. We're kind of out of properties and now the prices are going up. The supply and demand curve is very out of whack. It used to be lots and lots of supply and very little demand. And now we have very little supply and lots of demand. And it happened just like that. Like before you started SUPN, the day you picked up a paddle, things were very different here than they are today. But at the same time, now you have an opportunity to travel and go see the world and increase your livelihood. So I get it. It's a weird, tough situation.
Yeah, yeah. You know, we gotta do what we can and be good with it too. You know, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. And the roads are coming up better, you know, so that's gonna bring even more people. But welcome everybody, good vibe, good energy, and we'll be cool.
For the water, it's really interesting the vibe we have in Guiones. Like it's very crowded, especially during the peak season. But the vibe is incredible. There's less fights, there's less issues in Guiones than anywhere I've ever surfed. And I'm not just saying that, it's 100% true. Playa Negra is very different. Hermosa is very different. Jaco, Capos, I mean, just going down the list of everywhere. The vibe is different. What do you attribute that to? Because the locals, I see them enforce everyone calming down. Like I've even seen people come in from San Jose or Jaco or Hermosa, and they're like real aggro. I've seen local people go over to them and be like, no, it's Guiones. Don't just don't do that.
Yeah.
What do you attribute that to? Like why is it like that here? Why are the vibes so good and why is it so happy in the water?
So many things. You know, good food, good waves. We live in the blue zone. But I think we're starting to realize that being aggro and you know bringing that energy to the water, that doesn't work. Doesn't work personally, and doesn't work for anybody outside of you. You know. So I think we're realizing that being nice take us to good things, you know, and make the town growth into a better town. Definitely.
I think of like Playa Negra and Junquillal. Do you know a little town just south of Playa Negra? I'll pick on Junquillal. The people, 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some people got together and they were like, "No, let's make it real hard on people coming in," and it's a really bad vibe, like really bad vibe. Like even the people there, they would tell me about it. Like, no, let's be real tough and get people to go elsewhere. And that town today is not doing well. It hasn't advanced at all, and people, a lot of the people can't get jobs. They don't have any opportunity, and they're also not. It's not that it's not growing, and now the nature's all fine. That's not the case either. Like it's just not a good setup, man. And here's so different, but that's like it's just an hour that way. Like it's not far. I just wonder why it's so different here. Like it's did the Ticos get together and have a meeting and go over this, you know? And when you were brought up, you were just taught this, or is it just the way it is and people have respect?
I would say I think it's just the way it is. No one taught me that. Like actually, I found out for myself. You know, it was like kind of common sense, and I think it was more a natural thing and natural feeling than anything else.
I like to talk about this subject with you because you're riding at SUP. And for those who don't know, people with a paddle aren't generally liked in the lineup. So you would catch a lot of hostility, but it seems like you have a pretty pleasant existence here. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's my hometown again. And, you know, the way how people make me feel in the water, that's what I walk away with, you know. So if they're cool here, and I'm trying to be cool too, I think I can surf anywhere in Costa Rica and in the world, and I think I'll be cool in the lineup, you know.
Well, hey man, I want to thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. I'm really proud of and happy for you, man. Like you're doing something that most people never get a chance to do. You do a job you like, you're pursuing something that you're passionate about, and you haven't even been doing this your whole life. Like you're on the way up, and I have a lot of respect for people who take chances, and it's cool, man. So I'm rooting for you. A lot of people will be. I hope people see this and support you. And before we go, is there anything you want to say, any messages you want to get out there while you have this platform?
Well, yeah, be nice in the water, you know. Be nice in the water, be respectful, and then keep the town clean, you know, and pretty much that. Bring good energy, and then we will love you, you know. Everybody can be happy, you know. It's all about that.
Well, hey, come back in after this next contest for an update, and then let's go ride some boards. Like to have you back. Let's go try some different stuff. Let's ride everything. Huge boards, small boards, fins, finless, everything. Let's have some fun, and we'll make Brioni start surfing again. We'll get him out there with us too.
That's a good thing. Yeah. Right
That's
on.
a good goal. All right, man. Appreciate you. Good luck.
Thank you, man. Have a great day. Really appreciate it. Pura vida.